Bullrun is back, and so is Memecoins. In this video, we're going to be talking about possibility. Frick, dude, I'm in live and I'm already messing up all my words. In this video, we're going to be talking about a possibility of a bull run being back, and meme coins are as well, with altcoins following. So we could go ahead and be expecting in today's video talking about meme coins, altcoins, the DXY, Bitcoin, and then the overall structure of the market of anything, if anything has changed, right? So let's go ahead and go straight into it. So looking at the fear and greed chart, we do see that we are in levels of greed at the 66, and we do see this major breakout on Solana, now approaching the 101, getting closer to that 1010, and that 104 will be our next target. So looks like the next couple of days we will be having a lot of volatility to the upside, as we have been talking in the last couple days as well, right? So with that being said, do me a huge favor and smash that like button for me. Let me go ahead and check if we are officially live. In the meanwhile, we're also going to go ahead and share it with the community. So let's go ahead and get the stream up and running. We are officially live, as we see. Let's see. Go ahead and refresh my page. Crypto Boss Andrew, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good one, bro. Long time no see. We definitely need to do a collaboration, man. We've been talking about doing a collab, and we just haven't done it, man. We have to freaking do it. We have to freaking do it. But what are your thoughts about the market, man? I know you made a video earlier. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but you made a video about Chainlink, how it was bullish. What are your thoughts right now of the market? Is there anything else you're longing right now? Are you playing any meme tokens? So let's go ahead and start sharing this with the community real quick. Let me go ahead and pull out my Discord and all my social medias. Wish it was a lot easier. Like, I wish I could just click record and, you know, instantly all of this gets sent to the community, but it doesn't. So let me go ahead and do this real quick. So we got that out the way. Let me go ahead and head over right here on Twitter. Dude, where the heck is my freaking group? Oh, it's right here. Awesome possum. So it looks like we got some people here. Okay, Andrew says long BTC on Ding on Link. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm longing Bitcoin right now too. I wonder what my position looks like. I think I have an open position right now on BingX. I don't even freaking know. I wonder if my position's still open. You freaking kidding me, bro? Are we live? Let's see. Hey Suna, good morning. How are you doing? Suave, how's it going, Suave? Long time no see, bro. How you been? Glad to go ahead and see a lot of faces I recognize. Do me a huge favor and smash that like button for me. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Good morning. I'm assuming I'm probably not going to be logged into my BingX account. I could almost guarantee you. Let me check. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. Okay, actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to freaking log in, dude. I freaking knew it. Let me go ahead and log into my BingX account real quick. I don't even freaking know what I'm at right now. Give me 1 second, chat. I know I was long in a position a few days ago. I think it was like maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. I was long in a position. I don't even know what my position's at right now. Let's see, what is this? Give me 1 second while I try to log into my account just so I can see what my position's like right now on BingX. Okay, we just got a code. Let me go ahead and do that verification code real quick, and give me 1 second. I just want to see what my position looks like. If we're up, if we're down. I think it was a small bonus position, so I don't expect to be up that much. Honestly, I'm probably gonna be up like $2 or $3. Let's go ahead and see right here. So I pulled out my account right here. A lot of freaking notifications, man. Transaction notice. Let's see. What happened to my freaking positions, man? Did I get liquidated? There were bonuses, so it's not that big of a deal if I did get liquidated. Let me see. Okay, this is the last one I got freaking wrecked on. Remember we talked about this one? Look at this one right here. 1,200, bro. This is freaking ridiculous. But let me go ahead and check right here. Forced liquidation. Dude, I was literally in a freaking... Okay, bonus positions maybe? No records found. I should be up in profits right now. I wonder if this is the correct account. I mean, it is. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It was a freaking bonus account that I had. I had like a couple dollars left. The thing is that I forgot to freaking trade my bonuses, and the bonuses are only limited for a certain amount of time. So when you do hit the bonuses on BingX, you have to use the money real quick, or else it kind of disappears. So I don't even think I have... Yeah, I only have like 20 bucks left now. That freaking sucks. Oh, well. I don't know what happened to my position, but I was long in a position. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the market. Let me go ahead and pull out my live stream right here on my phone. Happy, how's it going? Cam, how's it going, man? Let's freaking go. Short ID. It looks like ID is going up, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at ID real quick. Ooh, dude, this is actually a pretty good trade to short. Shorting ID would probably be the move right now. Too bad I don't have any money into my any of my exchanges right now. I'm not shorting anything. The only thing I'm longing right now is I was longing that Solana position on BingX, but I don't know what happened to it. Like I wonder if the bonus ran out or something. I have 23 cents on freaking spot. I wonder if I could go ahead and use up this money. Let's see. I'm gonna try to transfer this money. I'm gonna try to sell it. Let's see if I could. I have 23 cents. Let's see if we could go ahead and do something with that money right now. I don't think we could place an order with 23 cents, but doesn't hurt to try, right? Let's see. It's probably gonna ask for like a minimum amount. Let's see. Yeah, it has to be greater than freaking $5, bro. That's freaking BS. The only position I'm holding on to right now is AMC. So this is kind of the reason why I don't have any money on any trades right now. I am thinking that as soon as we do get close and take some profits on my AMC position, I am looking to go ahead and add a few dollars into BingX again. I'll probably add another $1,000 as soon as I take profits on my AMC position. But I do think this thing's going to pop off, man. So I do expect to be getting a nice little fat return on the AMC position, especially now that we're seeing, you know, Solana making new all-time highs. I don't know why, dude. It kind of bothers me how we do kind of follow GME a lot right now. Honestly, it's like, dude, it's like this is for freaking GME and AMC to be pumping right now. It's not for them to be dumping, you know? So right now, GME is taking a little hit. Let's go ahead and take a look at GME. You're going to see GME's taking a freaking fat hit, man. This thing literally went from 90-something million market cap. It is going to be forming this cup and handle pattern on GME. And I do see a massive pump reversal to the upside. So it is down about 47%. It looks like we are looking for this area of support roughly around this area right here. So I do believe this is going to be a strong area of support. And then we're going to have that major breakout to the upside. So today for me is Tuesday, I believe. Frick, dude, I don't even know my days. Today is, I think today's Tuesday. What day is it? Today's Wednesday? Damn, I didn't know that. How's that lighting on that? Let's see. I didn't know today was Wednesday, man. Snap. Damn, time goes by very freaking quick. So by the end of this week, we should be having some sort of pump on AMC and GME. So we might have like some sort of weekend pump is what I'm looking at. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at Solana, man, because even ID is looking freaking insane. Like this, if I had money right now on an exchange, I'd be shorting this right now. Honestly, I'd be shorting this. It looks like this thing had a short squeeze to the upside, so I'd probably be shorting this right now. Yeah, we lost that support. Once we lose the support, this thing's gonna freaking drop like crazy. But just be on the lookout for this. These plays are very, very freaking dangerous, man. You can make some quick money shorting this and longing it, but get in and get out, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Solana real quick and see what the market's doing overall. So the reasons why Solana is pumping, actually, before we talk about Solana, is because Bitcoin has been pumping. Bitcoin's currently at its $44,000 range. If we go ahead and take a look at the daily right now, we talked about this earlier today, that this is a zone of a lot of liquidations happening, a lot of shorts getting liquidated. So it looks like we have approached this zone right here. So congratulations on anybody that took this swing to the upside. We did also talk about how there was this inverse head and shoulders pattern and the reason why we were bullish, but also followed with a cup and handle pattern, right? So we did now see this breakdown. This is the reason why we saw this giant wick, and that's because there was a lot of buying pressure to the upside, and then shorts got liquidated, right? So shorts had to go ahead and cover this zone. So right now it's looking really, really good right now for Bitcoin. I do believe that Bitcoin could be approaching this next area of around $48,000. Now, the key area to what we're going to be looking forward to here is this going to be a major fake out for the bulls, right? Is Bitcoin going to go ahead and pump to 48,000? All the moon boys get excited, and then freaking the smart investors dump on retail as usual, and we see a correction all the way down to $40,000, right? And that's going to be kind of devastating, to be honest. And I wouldn't be surprised if we were to see this, but in my opinion, I think what we're more than likely going to see is I think we're going to go ahead and see Bitcoin push to the upside, breaking past $48,000, and then we're going to go ahead and see a major area of resistance touching $55,000 to $57,000 Bitcoin, right? And the reason why I say that is because we have been within this range of consolidation for quite a while, right? Even if you go ahead and measure this area from over here, from where Bitcoin has been all the way down to this area, we've literally been consolidating in this area for about 62 days, right? Like Bitcoin hasn't really done much besides the fact that from here to here, we probably at the most, the biggest pump we saw was an 18% pump, which wasn't too crazy. And then we were followed with about a 21% correction, right? So I do believe, in my opinion, that we could go ahead and see more of a momentum being pushed to the upside now that retail is getting a little bit more excited. I think retail has been overly freaking bullish as of lately, and this is the reason why we're seeing this massive momentum to the upside, right? As well with the fact that the DXY did take a little breather today. We did also have the US 100 making new all-time highs and breaking past those areas of resistance, right? So overall, everything's kind of aligning to our advantage right now, and this is kind of the reason why I've been extremely freaking bullish on the market these last couple weeks, and I've been talking about loading up on meme tokens because I was expecting this kind of breakout that we're seeing right now, right? So I do expect for Bitcoin to go ahead and approach these levels up to like the 57 and 58. I think a lot of people are probably going to be expecting for Bitcoin to get rejected at $48,000. Like, I think this is what everybody's going to be thinking, that we see a rejection up at these levels right here, and then we're going to have a lot of shorts entering shorts to go ahead and push this to the downside. But because we have that kind of momentum, I do believe that retail is going to get even more excited and double to quadruple down on their positions right now, and then push this price action up to $55,000 to $57,000 Bitcoin, creating that sort of short squeeze, and then seeing that correction down to $40,000 leading into the Bitcoin halving, right? And I think this is what's going to happen before we have the Bitcoin halving come in. So when the Bitcoin halving does arrive, we're going to go ahead and be followed with that pump to the upside, making new all-time highs, right? And the only reason why I'm believing this narrative is going to happen is due to the fact that Bitcoin has been in this range for quite a while. Right? As we mentioned, roughly it has been around within the zone around 60 days, right? So we could say that this is a pretty good area of support. What happened right here was really just a liquidity grab. Typically, when we go ahead and see this kind of consolidation zone where we see Bitcoin consolidate or any token consolidate, and then we see a major fake out to the downside where they go ahead and liquidate all the freaking longs, they do that purposely as a last final liquidity grab before pushing the price action to the upside one last time, right? So that's the reason why I'm also pushing for this bullish narrative, is that we've been holding on to the zone for such a long time that if Bitcoin was to go ahead and break up to $48,000, I think there's going to be enough momentum and juice to push this even higher. And if we do go ahead and measure these zones right here up to the $55,000 to $57,000, if you measure that down with a correction of about, let's say, $40,000 Bitcoin, we're going to be looking at that 30% correction that we typically see literally after every major pump and dump, right? Because over here back in Bitcoin, we always talk about these zones. Back when Bitcoin pumped in 2020 and we saw the highs of $42,000, once we found this area of resistance being approached, we did see a correction of about 30%, right? So then we're followed with this massive pump where Bitcoin dumps 30% and then pumps an additional like 95 freaking percent, and then we're followed with another 30 or 20% correction, right? So this is kind of the reason why I'm pushing towards this narrative that I do believe that we will be having that $57,000 Bitcoin. Then we're going to go ahead and get all the moon boys excited, thinking that, you know, Bitcoin's going to hit 100,000. And then they're going to go ahead and short it all the way down to $40,000. The Bitcoin halving comes and it's going to consolidate for a while. Altcoins are going to go ahead and take off. Meme coins are going to take off. And then by the time April comes around and it's over, leading into summer, then we're going to see Bitcoin come back up and then test new highs. And we could be seeing some sort of top in Bitcoin, in my opinion, around September, right? So we're going to have around within the time frame of November, like we had the previous bull run where we saw the top in Bitcoin around November. Everybody was screaming for 100K. Plan B was as well. And then everybody got wrecked leading into December being the top of the market, right? So I do expect some sort of narrative like that, very, very similar. But I do believe we will be starting this this bull run a little bit sooner than we did last year, right? We started very, very late last year. But I do believe we started around what? Towards the end of October. Typically, we start around late of September, leading into October and leading into November. We have a very, 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 very freaking bullish month. And we actually started very late. We started towards around December to, let's just call it January, right? So that's kind of the reason why I'm pushing towards that narrative. Let me know what all of you think with that perspective. But with that perspective being said as well, we're going to talk about Solana and the reason why I'm bullish on these altcoins and meme tokens. But before I go ahead and do that, I am going to go ahead and read some comments real quick. Let me go ahead and just pull out the chart right here on Solana just so we can have it. Awesome, possum. So let's go ahead and take a look at this and let's go ahead and read the chat real quick. Happy. Okay, no one has. Oh yeah, we are seeing freaking. Dude, I don't know why I'm not receiving any chats right here. Okay, there we go. I might short. Nice. Thursday. I entered to Bonk 2 this morning. It's death row now. Yeah, Bonk has been pretty bad, bro. I think there's going to be a pump to the upside on Bonk though coming soon. Fake out and it will drop. Shake my head, Mr. Dot. How's it going, Mr. Dot? Hope you're having a good one. I think it's possible, but I feel like it's not, man, honestly. Like, I don't think this is going to be a fake out. And the reason why I'm also saying this is because a lot of people think it's a fake out. A lot of people have been thinking that this is going to not be bullish. And for that reason, that's why I'm going to be bullish, right? What we're seeing right here, a lot of people are pushing towards that a fake out and that it's not a real pump. But besides the fact, and I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. Maybe this is the first time I'm wrong whenever I call the tops and bottoms of these markets. But currently right now, the DXY is down, right? The DXY is going to continue to touch back up. And we could go ahead and see some sort of very slow correction in the market where, let's say tomorrow, you know, market opens and we see the DXY come back up to 104. Then we could be getting a little bit of a hit into the market. But with that being said, after we do approach the 104, the DXY still needs to correct for a few days, right? So with the DXY being in mind, it looks like the DXY could go ahead and have even another red day tomorrow. More than likely it won't. Honestly, it is probably going to go ahead and be a green day tomorrow for the DXY. But the reason why I'm extremely bullish, honestly, it's due to the narrative that, one, everybody thinks this is a fake out. Okay, that's really the reason why it's really simple for me. Everybody thinks this is a fake out. And for that reason, I'm bullish, right? Everybody thinks this is a fake out. People are exhausted. They're sad. They're mad. They don't think this is a real rally. They don't think Bitcoin's going to pump. And more people are going to load up on their shorts. So they're going to think this is going to fake out and they're going to double down on their position. And that's why I believe within the zone that we talked about Bitcoin, that is a very high level of liquidation. And that's the reason why we saw the pump, right? We saw the pump because that's a very high level of liquidations. So with that being said, that's why I'm very bullish. And then the other indicator is the US 100. The US 100 has just now broken past its resistance. So it just literally made new all-time highs. So even looking at the RSI right here, it looks like it's about to go ahead and break through the RSI. So even, let's say, you know, the US 100 does get rejected on on this resistance, it's going to come back down to this area of support and then probably bounce back up. But typically we might go ahead and just see a dump right here, and we're going to see another bounce making new all-time highs leading into this week. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the top of the market, right? And we're all completely doomed. I say otherwise, but it could be the case. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm pushing more for a bullish narrative. The US 100 is looking good. The DXY is looking pretty good so far. Yes is in an inverse head and shoulders, which is very, very bearish. But as the DXY continues to go up, we're going to have to see some red days, right? So I don't expect the market to be pumping like freaking crazy. I do expect for it to be a fake out, but I don't think it's going to be where everybody thinks. Everybody thinks this fake out is going to be around the $48,000. I say otherwise. I say because of that movement that everybody thinks that this is going to be a fake out at the $48,000 range, I do believe that this is the reason why we're going to see the price action of Bitcoin shoot back up, and then short's going to continue to get liquidated because they're going to double, quadruple down on their position. Then we're going to see a top at around $55,000, $57,000, and then we're going to have the fake out down to $40,000. I think $40,000, in my opinion, is a very good area of support. You know, if we were to go ahead and see Bitcoin at this, you know, $48,000, and we do see a fake out down to $32,000, let's say, it's not going to look good. It's going to be extremely bearish, honestly. It's going to be looking extremely, extremely bearish. So we definitely do not want to go ahead and see that. I'm going to be honest with you, especially now that we're at these levels right now. I think it would just be super bearish for the market overall. And we definitely do not want to go ahead and see that kind of behavior. If we do see Bitcoin, you know, get rejected at these zones, kiss $57,000 goodbye and say hello to $32,000, right? $33,000 is going to be the key area. And for that reason, I'm more bearish, and I would think that this is more of a bearish sign if we were to get rejected, come back down to 32, consolidate, then retest. But it would also make sense, right? It would also definitely make sense. But I'm just sticking to my narrative because the US 100 is going to continue to make new all-time highs. Right now, we're in a war with Iran. The US is in a war with Iran, so I do expect this market to go up higher, more attacks, more missiles being launched, all of that BS. We also have to go ahead and keep in mind that, you know, Bitcoin, the RSI is looking pretty good, right? Can we come back down right here for these levels? These are strong areas of resistance as well. We have to keep that in mind. So there could be a possibility that if we don't see this breakout right here on Bitcoin within the $44,000 to $45,000, this is going to be a rejection down to the downside, right? So this is all speculation. In my end, I'm pushing more for a bullish narrative. I do believe the market is overvalued as far as a stock market. I do believe that Bitcoin does need to come down, but not at these levels. You know, if Bitcoin was destined to hit $32,000, we should have already done it on this dip right here. Like Bitcoin should have dropped already to $32,000 at this drop right here. That's just my opinion. You know, now if we go ahead and pump over here to 44 and 45 and then get rejected down to 32, that's going to be the biggest bull trap. And honestly, that's going to be, in my opinion, the most bearish thing we could see on Bitcoin, because we did hold this area for about literally almost 60 days. We literally held this area for about 60 something days. Let's just say 60 days. So if we were to go ahead and break this area of support that we're at now, and let's say we dump down to $32,000, our strong area of resistance is now going to be around $40,000, which is not going to be a good sign, in my opinion, for Bitcoin, because then we're just going to, breaking this area of resistance is going to be very, very freaking hard. That psychological area is going to be very difficult, and if we were to go ahead and do that, we will be trending down to $20,000, which I don't think it's going to happen. But if we were to go ahead and do that, that's a high probability, in my opinion, if we were to go ahead and get rejected at the levels that we're at right now. So that's kind of the reason why I'm pushing more towards this bullish narrative, is breaking past $55,000 to $57,000, and then get that fake out where retail gets excited. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to the moon, and then all the smart investors, they start longing their shorts right here, and then I think that's going to be the most healthy thing, in my opinion, from Bitcoin, because at these ranges as I mentioned, the $40,000 range will take us to around that 20 to 30% rejection, right, or drop, if you want to call it, which I think it's very healthy, because Bitcoin has been consolidating in the support for 60 days, dude. So if we were to lose the area that we're at right now, this is going to be extremely bearish for Bitcoin and the overall crypto market, right? So, which I also wouldn't be surprised. If that was the case to happen, I wouldn't be surprised, because we are seeing a lot of bearishness in the market. But the US 100 is showing us otherwise. We're seeing, the stock market rally. We're seeing war happen literally in front of our eyes. And we're seeing the DXY is doing a reversal. So it does mean that the market will correct and it will have that dump. But I don't think the time is there just yet, right? Because the DXY still has this thing to go ahead and do, right? But I do expect midterm we are going to dump and we will have a correction. And this is the reason why I'm pushing for $57,000 and then have that last final pump where everybody gets excited, everybody's happy, and everybody gets wrecked. And that's what I think is going to happen. I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. But Cam says Monero officially delisted on Binance February 20th. Could be an opportunity to short again when it gets officially delisted. Ticker is XMR. Yes, we did talk about XMR. XMR actually had a massive rebound after it dumped. Trending altcoin got delisted from Binance. There's actually a few other altcoins that are getting delisted on Binance as well. Brian, how's it going, bro? Hope you're having a good one. Hey, John, I'm back. Just got out of recovery a few hours ago. Glad to be back. Dude, awesome, bro. How was it? How do you feel, by the way? So you are bullish on BTC and GMC. Hey, Billy, how's it going, my guy? Long time no see. How you been, bro? Was thinking just about you. So you are bullish on BTC and GMC. GME. So I'm bullish on AMC and GME, not BTC. So I'm bullish on GME and AMC. This could go completely wrong and it could go ahead and backfire. But right now, with what we're seeing right now, also with Solana, we're seeing this follow Bitcoin very closely as well, right? We are in this bull flag pattern. We are on this cup and handle pattern. And that's why I'm also bullish on Solana, right? Bitcoin has multiple bullish patterns as well. We also have an inverse head and shoulders pattern on Solana. So there's more reasons to be bullish than bearish, chat. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, there's really no reason, in my opinion, for anybody to want to be shorting the market right now. Like, you should have been shorting the market since over here when everybody was freaking bullish, in my opinion. And you should have been shorting the market right here when we had that fake out. That's just my opinion. We should have been shorting the market here and here. I've been quite a big bear with this whole entire, correction that we needed in the market. And that was because we were seeing the inverse in the DXY finally finding the bottom, right? Can this be a fake out too, where we pump and then we have a fake out back down? 100%. But this goes back to the same scenario, right? It goes back to the same scenario with what I had with Bitcoin. Solana should have dumped already down to my price target of $50 to $60 when we were having this dump. That's when it would have happened. It should have happened right here and then. It should have happened within this time right here. Now that we are at the zone right here, us even like having this kind of fake out right here and pumping back up and then dumping would be the most freaking bearish thing that could ever happen as well. The most bearish thing. It will not be looking good for the market, right? It would be super bearish, because now, same thing with Solana, right? We were within the zone of consolidation for a little bit over 45 days. We just call it 60 days as well. So the fact that we consolidate there for such a long time and then lose that area of support then becomes that this area will become a very strong area of resistance. So if Solana does dump right here, best believe we're going to be approaching $50 to $70 to $60. And because if this was some sort of support being formed, good luck with that. That thing's completely gone out the window, and we will be seeing, these zones being approached, which then would mean that when we do go ahead and come back up and trend, we're going to have a very hard time breaking past this zone right here. This zone right here, which is going to be around the $88. So that's why same thing goes back in my narrative. People are going to be extremely bearish. Some news is going to happen. Watch. Just trust me on that. Some bullish news is going to happen during the week unless some black swan event happens and people panic. But we're going to go ahead and see this shoot back up. People are going to continue to short their positions. They're going to go ahead and hit 110, go all in, and then we're going to see the price action of 144 or 145. And then we're going to see the correction, in my opinion, within these zones right here. Let's just call it 150 with this correction down to about $85. That's a 48% correction, which that would take Bitcoin to 30% correction, and that will take the altcoins to a 50% correction, which we talked about when we were super bearish over here. We were talking about Bitcoin having that, altcoins having that 40 to 50% correction. Solana only had about 34% correction. Bitcoin only had about a 22% correction. So realistically, this is the reason why I believe that this is not the top yet, because it would make more sense for the market to push to the upside and then grab more liquidation right here, grab more liquidity grabs up at these zones, and then short the market down to a nice area of support. And this would be a very nice trade. I mean, imagine Solana pumping to 144, 150, 160. Moon boys get excited, think it's going to go to $200 because all their favorite influencers talking about it. And then we're going to go ahead and see a major correction down to the downside, where we now establish an area of support, which in my opinion will be a lot healthier, right? Because now let's say coming altcoin season, whatever the case is, now it's going to be a lot easier for us to break past these levels instead of coming all the way down and then breaking these levels. Because if we do come down and we do lose this area of support right here around the 80s, it's going to be a lot more difficult for us to even come close to breaking that. Like, we should have broken this a long time ago. Like if Solana was extremely bearish, which I was at this zone right here, I thought Solana from this area right here, I was calling for Solana to drop to 58. If we weren't able to do it within this area right here, then I think that opportunity is gone, in my opinion, because we consolidated in the zone way too freaking long. Like, we should have dumped down to $40 to $50, and then this dip would have bought out pretty quickly, and then this would have been a lot more healthier for us. But it didn't happen that way. So now, if we were to drop to those, lose this area of support, it'd be the most bearish thing in my opinion. So it wouldn't look good for the market, and we definitely wouldn't want that for the market, right? Because it will take us a lot longer to approach that bullish narrative once again that we once had in the market, right? So the problem is that people tend to get overly bullish and overly bearish in the markets. I mean, right now, looking at the fear and greed chart, we do see these levels of 66 of greed, which is actually pretty good in my opinion. It's showing us that, you know, people are getting a little bit more safe, or not safe, but they're getting a little bit more encouraged to long the market. So they're feeling a little bit more bullish. And we do see that last month we did enter that extreme levels of greed, right? So we have to go ahead and keep in mind and kind of always think the opposite, right? If everybody's bearish, you got to be bullish. If everybody's bullish, you got to be bearish, right? Everybody was bullish for the ETF. John was bearish for the ETF. Everybody was bearish on Bitcoin these last couple days. Guess what? John was bullish on Bitcoin and called for this short squeeze when Bitcoin pumped to the upside, right? So you have to kind of think outside of the box. Can you enter short positions and long-term or long positions temporary? Yeah, 100%. You could do it, you know, if you're trading on the 15-minute chart, 1 hour, let's say on the daily, yeah, definitely consider it. But to, you know, say, you know what, I'm shorting this to the downside all the way down, I think the odds are against you, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that. Yes, there is going to be some projects right now to be shorting, but I think right now the shorting opportunities are kind of gone. We're seeing altcoins take off right now because of Bitcoin. And as I mentioned, the only way we would have, in my opinion, this rejection happened within these zones right here, where we see $40,000 being lost and $85 being lost on Solana, would be some sort of black swan event to cause a dump, which is very, very possible, right? That's something that's out of our control and we wouldn't be able to predict. But if you do predict it, you're going to freaking hit it pretty big. You know what I mean? If this is the fake out, you're going to go ahead and actually that's not even that big. That's only a 25% correction. You know what I mean? It's like, if you really think about it, do you really think the market's going to go ahead and push the market down just for a 25% correction? Why not push it to $57,000 and then have a freaking literally nice freaking dump to 30%? Right? I think 30% sounds better. Same thing with altcoins. Why go ahead and do a 10%, 20% correction when you could do a 50% correction, right? So that's just my opinion. But like, as I said, it just, in my opinion, I think there's more signs to be bullish than bearish, but we'll see where the market takes us. We did go over a little bit, a few of these articles, and a lot of people are also predicting that we could go ahead and have this breakout right here, this fake out with even XMR as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So it's not a narrative that I'm going to completely, you know, get rid of and say it's not going to happen. But I do think that even with this article right here, the altcoin market is perfectly following the wick off accumulations systematic. So even this right here, and this goes on with the altcoin season. So typically, if Bitcoin was to go ahead and dump, it'd actually be bullish for altcoins and meme coins, right? But right now, Bitcoin is being the leading factor, I guess, if you want to call it. So we would want to see Bitcoin do its thing And then after Bitcoin pumps or whatever it does, then the other coins are going to react, right? But in order for the market to be bullish right now, I think we need to go ahead and unfortunately, we have to see a pump in Bitcoin. And I kind of hate that, because I do think that a lot of these altcoins should be doing their own thing, but they're following Bitcoin right now very closely, alongside with the meme token. So I would ideally like to see Bitcoin pump to $57,000, and then it could do whatever it wants, right? Because that's going to temporarily get the market excited to go ahead and long some positions, and then shorting the top is going to be very, very beautifully, because we're going to be capturing these very fat gains, right? So as we see right here, they're also saying that there's a huge probability of altcoin season also happening. So that's a pretty cool little post that we have there. I also wanted to go ahead and show you right here. What else do I want to show you? I think it's on this side of this article. Let's see. This is BS. I don't really care about any of these news, to be honest. Janet Yellen urges Congress to pass crypto regulation. So, urgency of regulations, I don't know how you will take it. I think it's kind of bullish and kind of bearish. Bullish in the sense that means they obviously want to get more exposure into the market. Bearish because that means that DeFi is going to get touched a lot more, and that's something we definitely don't want to do. But now people are getting excited over the Hong Kong ETF that is likely to get approved in 90 days. We also have the talks about Ethereum getting approved in summer. So Ethereum ETF. So I do believe this is going to be following with a Solana ETF. So with that being said, I think this is going to be one last final pump, and it's going to be a fake out. So I don't think it's going to be the fake out right now. I could be wrong, as I mentioned, but I do think this is going to pump, and then it's going to be a fake out. So it's going to hit past resistance, and then it's going to be a fake out, in my opinion. We also see right here, the weekly has not changed since the past 2 months, and it's still in the sideways range, waiting for a decision time. So same thing, I think this breakout, in my opinion, this is a sign for an upside. But we are still in this zone right here where the market's trying to decide, where is Bitcoin going to go? Is it going to go to the upside, or is it going to go to the downside, right? And it's kind of the reason why we're not seeing so much volatility. Well, we are seeing volatility in the space, but we're not seeing a neutral standpoint, right? Like, no one's saying I'm bullish, no one's saying I'm super bearish. Most people are kind of staying into the neutral zone, right? Because no one freaking knows where the market's going. Like right now, the market's so indecisive, it's so bipolar, and it's giving us both signs of bullishness and bearishness, right? So people are still trying to decide, is this a real pump? So this is the reason why the market's not going too crazy on this $44,000 pump, because in my opinion, this is so freaking bullish, but it seems like no one's reacting to it, right? Because they don't know if this is a real pump. They don't want to go ahead and get caught freaking buying the top and then getting dumped. And that's what a lot of people think we are in the zone right now. They think we are in a moment where they're like, this is not a real rally. This is going to be a fake out again. Like we all thought so right here. Everybody thought this thing was going to rip through. I was bearish otherwise because of the DXY, and then same thing happened right here where everybody thought this thing was going to collapse all the way down to $32,000, and then it pumped. So we're in this zone where people are kind of tired that they've gotten wrecked this position right here, they got wrecked this position right here, and they got wrecked this position right here. So now they're thinking like it happened once, twice, 3 times. What is it to tell us that it's not going to happen for the 4th time where they're going to go ahead and completely wreck us, right? So that's kind of the reason why I'm pushing towards the narrative that this is not over yet. I do think there is going to be a fake out, so I don't disagree with you, but I think it's going to be at these ranges over here. Once we hit these ranges, shorting it down is going to be a lot more fun, in my opinion, and more money to be made leading into the Bitcoin. What is it called? Bitcoin halving. I always think of like Bitcoin altcoin season. I don't know why I want to say both words. But let's go ahead and take a look at the rainbow chart right now. And we're going to go ahead and see how things are doing right now. Thoughts on Ponky. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ponky right now. I know Ponky's kind of trending right now, but last time I checked, Ponky, Myro, and a lot of these tokens look pretty bearish. I'm going to be honest with you. It looks like the hype kind of slightly died down, and we are probably going to see some sort of accumulation phase or some sort of consolidation phase before we see a major breakout to the upside. But I think shorting those tokens, it's already over, in my opinion. I think it has found the bottom, and I don't think it's going to go any lower, right? So we're going to go ahead and talk about that right now, but let's go ahead and take a look at altcoin season index, and let's go ahead and see what it gives us right now, right? So looking at the overall altcoin season, it says we're not in altcoin season just yet. We do also see, we have to keep this in mind, we do see this kind of head and shoulders pattern. So maybe this is the other shoulder right now being done before we dump back down. So be aware of that. But we talked about right here around January how a lot of these altcoins were pumping like crazy, and I said be very careful because we could temporarily enter altcoin season and then be with a fake out, right? And that's actually exactly what we did. And looking at the monthly right now too, we do see that we are getting closer to approaching altcoin season. Altcoin season is typically when we hit this index of around 75, and we're currently at 67, right? So towards the last months of January, we got rejected right here with this head and shoulders patterns, as you see. And right now we have broken this head, right? So typically when we go ahead and see a head and shoulders pattern happen, and then we see the head being broken, or sorry, the shoulder being broken, that's typically a sign of a reversal coming. So this is another reason why I believe altcoin season is coming. It doesn't mean it's going to be a full-on altcoin season. It's going to be a temporary small altcoin season, but I do see that coming, right? Because we do see this head and shoulders right here, and we've broken out of this shoulder right here, breaking past resistance, and it does look like we are getting closer to approaching. We're like, what, 12 points away from approaching altcoin season, right? So definitely be on the lookout for that. And we are seeing that now right now with a lot of these altcoins now kind of pumping. We did see a major pump back in January and December, and I think the problem is that what we're seeing in the market right now is that we got left with a lot of disappointment. At least not me. At least I hope none of you were left with disappointment either, because I was telling all of you why we should be bearish, and everybody was telling me why I should be bullish, and I told you otherwise why we should be bearish, right? So now that everybody's bearish, guess what? I'm bullish. you know what I mean? That's just the way things go. Like, you're screaming for bearishness, I'm screaming for bullishness, right? You're screaming for the market being bullish, I'm screaming for the market to be bearish. So you always typically want to do the opposite of what you hear people being bullish about, right? Obviously, you could go ahead and enter trades where you're temporary, longing and shorting the market, which I do a lot too. But right now, in my opinion, this is not the time to be shorting. And that's only because we already found the top on a lot of these tokens. Like, for example, Ponky, right? Ponky, looking at on the daily, it looks like a major cup and handle pattern, in my opinion. Looking at the daily, it looks like a major cup and handle pattern. Looks like a nice area of support. Also, you could also see another pattern right here is that we do see, frick, dude, I hate when I do that. We do see right here on Ponky, we also see that it's about to break out of this head and shoulders pattern. So the head and shoulders pattern already happened, right? We are typically followed with this reversal fake out, and then we're going to see a consolidation. So until we see this breakout once again, that's how we're going to go ahead and break out of this bearish pattern. And we need to see this breakout on Ponky entering the 0.03484. And this is going to be a zone for us to go ahead and confirm that Ponky has found its bottom, right? But in my opinion, I think this is the bottom from Ponky, right? When we were looking at this, it was running up a lot back in January, and then this is where the top was found, right, for Ponky. So even if you measure from this top to bottom, we have dumped about that 80%, and I do believe this is going to be more of an accumulation zone. I don't think we're going to dump any further. There's a possibility we could if we do see Bitcoin get rejected with this fake out. But also, if you go ahead and zoom out on the 4-hourly, we do see this major head and shoulders pattern already in this consolidation zone, right? So if we do break this major area of resistance around that 0.3 zone, this is going to confirm that we are out of this downtrend and we are going to be trending back up, right? So a lot of these meme tokens that have dumped a lot, in my opinion, are in this consolidation zone where you want to start loading up, in my opinion. Not financial advice, but this is a zone you want to be loading up on a lot of these meme tokens because they look like they have already dumped. And their top was in January, right? As we're saying, a lot of these altcoins, their tops were around January. Same thing with Solana, same thing with a lot of these tokens that I was giving warnings for. I was giving warnings around this zone right here, right, in January. Right now, you don't want to be shorting this, right? Because there's more upside than downside, in my opinion. You should have been shorting at these zones right here. This is where the money would have been made if you were shorting within the time instead of shorting right here that now it's a bottom. Like, you don't short a bottom, you short the top, right? You buy the top, you buy the bottoms, and you short the tops. You don't short the bottoms, because that's why usually on bottoms, we have short squeezes because people are thinking it's going to dump down even further, and usually it won't, and it's going to shoot back up the price action up even higher, right? So that's typically the reason why we see a lot of these tokens have a major reversal. You also have to keep in mind that with Ponky right now, we are at this major area of support as well. So as I'm saying, it's more bullishness in my opinion than bearishness, right? I could be wrong, but so far I haven't really been wrong with the market. So maybe this is the first time I will be wrong in the market. But this goes alongside with GameStop and AMC, right? GameStop is also in this cup and handle pattern. And with the fact that, you know, the market's super, super bullish, like people are pushing towards a narrative of approaching over 100 million plus market cap. GME already hit over 90 something million market cap. I think it was like 95. So this is a healthy correction, even though it does seem kind of scary. But even if you measure this bottom to top, if you measure GME from this bottom to top, it did over a 300%. And then we're followed from this bottom to top with about a 53% correction, right? So this is actually bullish behavior in my opinion, because if you measure this top right here to this top all the way right here, this is a 1300%, which is a 13x, and you measure this top to this bottom, we go ahead and see that 73% correction, right? So after every major pump to the upside, there has to be about a 50 to 70% correction on a lot of these meme tokens before they make the next leg up, right? So this is what we're seeing right now on GME as well. It is following this cup and handle pattern. If we go ahead and turn over to AMC, AMC is obviously going to be a lot more volatile, but we're also seeing the same exact pattern happening, right? Where if you go ahead and see, if you found this bottom right here when I called out AMC again, from this bottom to this top, you would have made a 5x instantly, right? So if you would have bought this bottom right here when I made a video last week on Friday, you would have been up a 5x. So after AMC hits a 5x or 4x, whatever the case is, AMC always tends to have this tendency to go ahead and dump about 70% and 80%, right? So it's at 70% retracement right now. You could go ahead and go back all the way right here from the beginning. And this is the reason why I'm saying, even with a lot of these tokens, if Solana does break past the 140 and above, like let's say the 110 approaching 140, a lot of these Solana tokens are going to pump like crazy, right? So even if you see this pump from AMC right here from the beginning of the launch, it did over literally a 90x, and then it had this retracement all the way down literally from this top to this bottom of over 93%, right? So after a retrace from that 93% on AMC, we did see this major pump to the upside, right? So we retrace 93%. We go ahead and have another major pump of a 20x. And then after that 20x, you see a retracement all the way down with a 60%. And then you're followed with a big pump. After that 60% retracement, you're followed with another 8x. From that 8x, from this top to this bottom, you see AMC dump 90%. So as scary as it sounds, when AMC and GME have these pumps, yes, they're scary, but you also have to remember that this is something that's been following it for a while, right? So same narrative right here. So I do expect right here from this bottom to this top, we did a 4 or 5x. Then we see it retrace, you know, down to a 70%. So my price target for both AMC and GME, let's say if AMC did a 400% from, let's call this the bottom. If this is the bottom right here on AMC, our next area is going to be around 0.0152. in my opinion. So we could be approaching AMC within these areas right here in the top, which is going to take us around a 20 to a 30 million market cap. And then from this top, we're going to go ahead and dump about 80%. And that's going to go ahead and take us back to this area of support. This is not right. We're probably going to go ahead and drop like right here. It's probably going to be a little bit higher then, because we're going to have an 80% retracement typically, right? So we're going to go ahead and see this major pump to the upside. Maybe not exactly that quick. We might go ahead and find this area of support and then pump like this. Probably like this, and then we're going to have that 80% correction or 60 or 70% correction. And then we'll have that correction down to 70%, which in my opinion right here would be pretty nice, right? So we have AMC pump to these levels right here. It dumps all the way down right here. As you see, this is a pretty nice area of support in my opinion. And then we're going to see that next run up. So from this leg, from the bottom to the top, we could be expecting another additional 6x or 8x before we see a correction to the downside, right? So that's kind of healthy behavior. It's kind of scary, but this is what we see a lot with a lot of these meme tokens, right? We see them pump 30 300%, 30x, 20x, 50x, and then we see a retracement with 90%, right? It's the same thing that we had with bonk as well, right? When everybody was excited with bonk, when I was bearish, it was when bonk was at around 2 million, right? I told everybody, like, be careful, don't be buying bonk at these levels, because now we're at these ranges where you know, you don't want to be buying bonk at these levels. Like, we were trading bonk around right here. I regret not holding on to bonk, but I made some pretty decent money trading bonk on leverage, right? Within these zones right here around November. Once we were at this range right here, I was telling a lot of you to be careful, because typically once we have these massive breakouts to the upside where they pump over literally a 9x, we then are followed with an 80% retracement. And then I called it, and look at that retracement right there. That's about 75%. So right now, bonk, for any of those that want to, you know, freaking short bonk, you wanted to be shorting bonk right here around December. You don't want to be shorting it right here at the bottom. I already finished off with this head and shoulders pattern. What the heck happened? It already finished off with this head and shoulders pattern, and now it's getting ready to do a reversal. Like, you don't short bonk at these areas. Like, this is the reason why we're going to see a massive pump to the upside, because all it takes is enough people to short and enough people for the market to be bullish. We see a breakout, and then we're going to see bonk run up again. And we're going to have the same narrative where everybody gets excited, everybody starts buying the top, and then we're followed with that new let's say it makes new all-time highs and it hits 5 million market cap, let's say, for example. Then it's going to be followed with another 80% retracement where bonk is down to the zone right here. And that's bullish in my opinion. I mean, look at that. That would be an area of support. So I know it sounds crazy, but this happens time and time and over again, right? So this is the reason why you have to look at these structures, because you wanted to be shorting bonk. Even if you wanted to short bonk, you wanted to be shorting it within these ranges right here, at this top right here, at this top right here, at this top right here. But you don't short this bottom that's getting ready for a reversal. You don't do that, you know. You want to be doing that when everybody's bullish on the market, not when everybody's bearish all of a sudden. That typically means there's going to be an upside. There's going to be a massive push to the upside, right? So as I mentioned, just be very careful. I mean, can you do short-term, you know, trades to the downside? 100%. And can my narrative be completely wrong? 100%. If Bitcoin does dump at the levels that we're at right now, kiss goodbye to bonk right here on this reversal, and we are going to be coming back down even further, and we could be seeing a major area about another additional 70%. So in my opinion, this is kind of the reason why I'm also pushing this, is that there's more money to be made on the upside than to the downside. Like, if this thing pumps another additional, let's say 400%, let's just call it a 400% pump, or let's just say a little bit higher. Let's say, even just because I can't go even further on the chart, let's just say a 500%. You don't think it's going to be a lot easier for people to make money with this swing to the upside with a 500% return, plus now short the market all the way down with an 80% return? Now you're hitting over literally a 600%, right? So there's more money on the upside than the downside right here. You know, the money to the downside is not as high, in my opinion, than there is to the upside, because even if we were to go ahead and break out of the zone, even though we could see that 70% retracement, there's a higher chance we could see a 90% retracement if we make new all-time highs on bonk. So there's more money to be made longing this now than shorting it, in my opinion. The downside is not that much. But if we do push it to the upside, there's more money to be made on the upside on the way up and then on the way all the way down. And that's the reason why I'm pushing towards this bullish narrative. All right, this is solely my opinion, as I mentioned. Hey, freaking inspiration. I haven't seen you in a freaking while. Key, how you been? I agree, bro. Myro as well took a big hit after they had their drama early this week. What happened with their drama, bro? I was quite bearish with Myro, with the fact, especially more importantly, with the fact that I saw a lot of influencers, you know, talking about Myro, and I made a video because, you know, I was just riding the hype of Myro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw an opportunity and I was like, you know what, dude, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. But I did tell everybody that we were coming out of this head and shoulders pattern. And I did say there's a possibility we could consolidate here and then see a major breakout to the upside. But if we do lose this area of support, do expect 4 cents on Myro. And that's exactly what happened. And people got freaking mad. They're like, oh, dude, you're just like every influencer freaking shilling these tokens. And I was like, dude, I literally gave you both bullish and bearish scenarios. I told you there's a high probability, technically, usually, we have a consolidation here. This was literally a fake out, you know what I mean? This is a fake out that they did. This is outside of my control, right? And this happens in the market time and time and over again. People thought this was going to reverse, just like I did, and ended up dumping even further. But I did mention if it loses this area of support, say hi to 4 cents. And that's exactly what happened, right? That was another additional 50% dump. And people were getting mad. So I don't know what caused the drama or what kind of drama was in Myro. But if Myro, you know, if you went along Myro, I think there isn't that much money on the downside, in my opinion. I think if this thing breaks up to the 9-cent range, guess what Myro is going to be doing? Another same case scenario that I'm talking about. From this top to this bottom, Myro has already done an 86% dump. So if it does pump from here, we're going to be looking at another additional 500%, which is a 5x. And from this 5x, from this bottom to this top, we're going to see another 80% retracement. So you're technically hitting like a 600%, which is a 6x. And if you're doing leverage, you're making a killing, right? So this goes back to the same narrative. Like this fake out that happened in the market, I think it's over. I could be wrong, but I think in my opinion it's over. Key says, hey, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? Where you been, by the way? That's a question, Key. Random question. What was your greatest short entry, if you could recall? My greatest short entry... I don't really short that much, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't short the market, especially when we're in an uptrend, because I understand how much you could get wrecked shorting the market to the downside. But if I was to say my best short entry, because I don't short that much, would have been maybe shorting Myro. I think it was. I was actually shorting. Oh no, I was shorting Link, bro. That was a pretty good play, but it wasn't that big of a. It wasn't that big money. I think I made more money longing the market than shorting the market, and that's just because I feel like shorting the market is really, really risky right now. I think there's more money to be made in the upside, in my opinion. But I think everybody has their own specialty, right? Some people are really good at shorting. Some people are really good at longing bottoms. And I would say for me personally, I'm really good at longing bottoms. That's what I would say my specialty is, right? Calling tops and shorting the market all the way down. I usually don't short the market too often. I mostly long, especially if we are in a bull run. I don't want to be shorting the market, right? I would rather just patiently wait. But as I mentioned, it just depends on what kind of time frame you're watching this on, right? So like you could be shorting the market on a 15-minute chart and enter and exit a trade within like 15 to 20 minutes, right? Which is not bad to do. But I don't really short the market, dude. I rarely short the market unless I'm super confident that the market's going to dump like crazy is when I start shorting it. And I'm not going to short it just yet. I'm going to short it once we have this last final pump, because I do think that's where the money's going to be made. I would rather just, I feel like the shorting the market now is kind of like a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. Just like longing the market at these zones right here, you know? So for that reason, I'm going to go ahead and wait. As much as I wanted to go ahead and short Bitcoin at these zones when we were at over here. Where's Bitcoin? I really wanted to short Bitcoin right here. I patiently waited because I knew there was a possibility that this thing was going to reverse. So I was waiting for confirmation. So since I saw Bitcoin just push to the upside, I never enter my short, right? So I don't short that often, bro. Especially right now because the market's freaking bullish, right? But I am going to be shorting the market when we see Bitcoin reach these levels right here. When we see Bitcoin reach these levels, I'm going to be shorting a lot of freaking altcoins because the ride down is going to be so much fun. 80%, it falls a lot quicker, Chad. That's what you have to understand. It takes a huge momentum for the price action to go up. It takes forever for it to go up. Like you're going to see how quick it's going to be when Bitcoin starts to dump and altcoins start to dump. They're going to fall literally in a snap of a freaking second, bro. Like it's easier for a token to dump on the downside than it is climbing to the upside, right? Because climbing to the upside, we get a lot of resistance, right? But for example, right now, like Bitcoin has no real support, man. Bitcoin has no real support. So there's more, it's a lot easier for Bitcoin to dump from these levels, literally all the way down to $32,000 And for us to make more money, like even from this bottom to this, let's say $32,000, if that was to happen, that would take Bitcoin to a 40% retracement. And it'll be a lot easier for Bitcoin to do a move coming all the way down because no real supports were ever established. So this is kind of the reason why, you know, making money, shorting as well the markets, depending on when the markets are doing it, it's also a really good way to make more money because of the fact that they fall quicker. People tend to panic a lot quicker when it's falling down. So when you do see a dump, the market's going to freaking dump quick. It's going to dump very, very quickly. So that's why I'm saying there's more money to be made on the downside, but only when it has pumped to the upside, right? Because right here, what is this dump as I measured? Let's say Bitcoin hits 48,000. We see a retracement down, let's say 32. Let's call it 32. That's a 35% retracement, bro. Is a 35% retracement nice? 100%. But will let's say $57,000 or $32,000, which one sounds better for you? Does a 20% retracement sound better for you, or does a 43% retracement sound better for you? Right? And if this was to happen, Bitcoin will collapse very, very quickly. And there's a possibility this could happen, because more people will be panicking as the price action starts to fall down and never establish that real area of resistance or support. So that's why it's easier to make money on the downside. So like if Bitcoin was to do something like this, dude, imagine how quick the freaking altcoins are going to collapse. They're going to collapse like freaking 30, 40, 50% literally in a day, right? So that's the reason why I'm hoping that this is not a dump, because there isn't that much money to be made shorting right now. Yes, there is money, but the money's not as big. Like 32% does not sound nice, bro. As I'm telling you, like even if you go over to Solana, even if we go over to Solana right now, and I know I'm being quite repetitive, but I'm just showcasing you this. Like think like what big money would be thinking, right? Think the way big money will be thinking. How will big money be thinking? Look at this. Big money pumped Solana all the way up to $265, and look how much money they made shorting. They made a 97% shorting the markets. They had more money to be made on the downside than to the upside. Why? Because Solana never established real areas of support. I'm telling you, there was no support established for Solana. So when there's no support established for a token, and it's not just Solana, when there's no support established for a token, it falls a lot quicker than when it goes up. There's more money to be made shorting it than longing it, in my opinion, when you're at the top. Right here, tell me how much higher can Solana could have really gone. Let's say $300, you know, let's say $500. But even if it was to do that, from this 500% all the way down, look at what percentage that would have been. That would have been over 90-something%. So it's a lot easier to make money on the downside when the top has been reached, as compared to on the upside, in my opinion, because it takes a lot longer for the markets to push to the upside. It takes more strength to go to the upside. I think it takes less strength to fall. I think people panic very quickly. Like people get very emotional when the price starts going down, and they tend to get scared. This is the reason why we see a lot of volatility. What do you think the pullback will be on GME? Curtis, how's it going, Curtis? Key says, I've been great. How about you? And I know I've been pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, the market's been kind of poop. So I'm just trying to, stay positive. We've obviously have seen a decrease in the channel overall. So that's kind of the other reason why I'm hoping for a bull run, because like obviously right now, like the retention we've had so far on videos has been pretty bad. So the growth has been kind of slowing down, and the market hasn't been fun, right? So the market's been freaking boring, dude. Like these last couple of weeks, the markets have been boring. Like I want this action to come back up. I want to make freaking money. Like this is the reason why, like I want the markets to go up already. So when everybody gets excited and we have money in our pockets, we start shorting the tops, and there's more money to be made on the downside, right? So Curtis says, what do you think the pullback will be on GME? I think the pullback on GME is already happening right now. I think this is the biggest pullback we'll see right now. I mean, even as we talked about, okay, this is a freaking wrong GME. Let's not look at that one. even as we've been talking about, frick, dude, what am I doing? I have butterfingers. I think he makes me nervous. I think that's what it is. Haven't seen her in such a long time, so that's probably the reason why. But looking at GameStop right here, even if we were to go ahead and see this right now, with the narrative of what the community is looking to push, they're pushing for 100 million market cap, which I believe they will push. It looks like, I don't know why on the chart, it looks like GME had its first day. I mean, if this is the top for GME, I think it might be over with, to be honest. So let's cross our fingers and hope that this is not the top for GME. But as I mentioned, right now, GME is also looking very bullish. We did break past this area of resistance and we are approaching this new area of support, right? So GME has now done what it has to do, right? It broke down from this top to this bottom about with the 70% retracement. And then we saw that major breakout to the upside. So the fact that we did break resistance, in my opinion, looks bullish for GME, right? Now we are at over a 200% pump and now we retrace with this top to this bottom, let's call it ideally a 50% pump, right? So in my opinion, I don't think GME is slowing down anytime soon, and that's because of the narrative, right? Can this be the top for GME? 100%. Maybe this is all fugazi, and this was a trick for all of us, right? But I think that GME still has enough room to run. I think they are going to push for that 1 billion market cap. The narrative's very strong. The community's very freaking strong, and the amount of volume they've been able to push these last couple of days and still continue to be top trending, I think it's a good sign. Same thing with AMC, right? AMC's lacking way behind it, but same thing goes with it. The community is very strong with AMC as well, and I just think the narrative is going to continue to get bigger as more people start to find out about these tokens, and as the market starts to pump and we start getting that bullish sentiment back in, people are going to be feeling a little bit more degenerate to throw their money into AMC and GME. So in my opinion, I think they still have more room to run. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the top of the market for both tokens. I would say otherwise, but in my opinion, I think they still have enough room to run up on. Like, they have a lot of room to run up. Key says, out and about, you know why you be PMO sometimes. What does PMO mean? Cam says, yeah, I used to be quite bullish, but after losing a lot of money, it's turned me into somewhat of a bear. Now I like shorting. LOL, that's good, bro. I have 200 million of Pepe Fork. I'm buying more. And the CEO Fork, he said everybody that purchased Pepe Fork, that everybody has bought Fork will receive 5x of tokens one day from now. It's a countdown. Nice. Key, so I'm assuming you're a freaking millionaire then, if that's the case. That's probably the reason why you disappeared on me, huh? Cam says 100%. Curtis says good, bro. Key says I need a favor trade for trade. I'm gonna text you. You need a favor trade for trade. What does that mean? Hello, I don't make you nervous. How are you gonna text me? Do you have my number or something? Or are you asking for my number? Send me a DM on Twitter. I don't even think you have me added on Twitter. But yeah, if anybody wants to DM me directly on Twitter, feel free to DM me on Twitter. I've literally, talking about DMing on Twitter, man. Dabmaster actually gave me some free NFTs for the community. I already gave out quite a few. He came out with this collection literally a few days ago. So I have a few more NFTs left. If anybody wants any, I'm going to show you some right now. I already sent, he sent me quite a few, and I already sent them to the community earlier today on today's live stream. But if any of you are interested into what's going on, okay, if any of you are interested in an NFT, just go ahead and comment your Phantom wallet below. I'm going to go ahead and show you the NFTs right now. Freaking wallets. Okay, there you go. Check this out. So okay, so these are the NFTs right here. And by the way, I don't carry I don't have my AMC on Phantom. I have it on a bank bot. So that's why you only see like 11 bucks on that account. But these are the NFTs that Dabmaster gave to me. So if any of you want an NFT right now, comment down below which one you want. You can't have the red one because I already gave out a lot of my favorite ones that I wanted. And I actually purchased like 5 a few days ago when it went live. His mint went like freaking, these are 101 NFTs and they were gone within 30 minutes, right? So he actually ended up giving us some for free. He gave us a good handful. I already gave out like 4 or 5, I think. And he gave me a few to go ahead and give out to the community, right? He said, do a giveaway, do it however the way you want, but this is for the community, right? So shout out to Dabmaster, man. He designed these. These are 101, I believe, AI generated. These remind me of Boondocks. I'm not sure if any of you have ever watched Boondocks, but this is the reason why I freaking love these NFTs, man. So with that being said, you can't have the red one, but if any of you want an NFT, it's just literally a giveaway that he's giving to the community. You can go ahead and choose whichever one you want. Comment down below your smart contract, dude. I will keep on saying that. Your wallet address for Phantom or Solana, whatever it's called. You can go just type in whichever one you want, right? These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can't have this one. So I'm not giving this one away. So whoever wants one, just go ahead and type in your Phantom wallet with the number of the NFT you want, and I'll send it over to you right now live. So hopefully we could go ahead and do that. Send a link, NFT, I get one for free. Yeah. You want the second one? Just go ahead and provide me your address key, your Phantom wallet, so I can send it to you. So just get your address from whatever wallet you use. I'm assuming you use Phantom. Click right here where it says Solana, and then just copy it onto the stream. Yeah, just go ahead and post it right here on the stream, and I'll send it to you. You said you want the... You never had an NFT, the second one? Yeah, I'll give you the second one. So if any of you want one as well, just let me know. These are completely free NFTs, right? Hey, how much did you make on that Pepe fork, by the way? That's the real question, because I know that Pepe fork has pumped a lot. Literally went over like 250 million market cap. Yeah, you click on Solana. Like if you were receiving Solana, like if I was to send you Solana, send me your address, right? Kind of that way. Then send my address. Yeah, send your address on chat right here. And I'll go ahead and send that to you live so people could go ahead and see that I am sending them. But that was for Dabmaster. So shout out to Dabmaster, man. Let me go ahead and show you his Twitter. He's a moderator of mine, so he does show up here very often. And he has been creating NFTs, right? So he's the developer, and he's been creating NFTs. So right here, you can see that. You know, thanks for everybody who minted the Resistance NFT, minted out in 30 minutes, right? So, yeah, these are freaking pretty cool, man. These are pretty freaking cool. And then he did a giveaway because he minted out in 30 minutes. So, shout out to, you know, Dabmaster. He's I would say a long friend of mine, but he's a friend of mine through streams, right? I think I made a lot of really good relationships through streams. Are you asking, can you have number 3, or are you asking, can you have 3 NFTs? I would only give you 1 for now. Yes, I'll give it to you and you own it. I'll only give you 1 for now. If anybody wants another one, you know, I'm trying to be fair to anybody that wants to participate and get an NFT. Some people might not want to, but you know, let's say in the next couple of days, if nobody wants any more NFTs, I just want to kind of make it fair for the community, right? I kind of want to give back. But if not, yeah, I could send you a few. You want 3? You want this one right here? Which one do you want? Which one do you want, Key? Do you want the second one? Do you want the third one? Do you want the 4th one, the 5th one, the 6th one, or the 7th one? You can't have this one. This is like my favorite one, so I'm keeping one, right? Which one do you want? Do you want the 3rd one? This one? Say yes before I send it. Okay, I'm gonna send that over to you right now. Second first, so you want 2 NFTs. Which one's the second one and the first? Second one. Oh, second one. So this one right here. Okay. Yeah, this one's freaking sick. Let's see if I put in your right address. JO. Yep. Alrighty. So you should have it in 2 seconds. So we just sent that over. So that easy, chat. I literally sent a few. You could probably go ahead and, if I could share my transactions, I literally sent, yeah, see, look at all these ones I sent today. These are all the ones I literally sent to the community. This one was freaking cool, man. These were some freaking cool NFTs, I'm not gonna lie. So I sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already sent over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 NFTs I already sent so far. So what is this? 10,000. Yeah, of course. Nice. So it's your first NFT. So that's really nice. Hey, by the way, chat, everybody that's joining in right now, I'm giving out free NFTs from one of my buddies that his name is Dabmaster. He's one of my moderators. He actually just minted this collection a few days ago. They minted out in 30 days, and he actually gave me a few NFTs to give out to the community. All you have to go ahead and do is just post your Phantom wallet, your Solana wallet, and just comment down below which one you want, right? You can't have this one, but just comment which one you want with your wallet address, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it goes by 2, 4, 6. You can't have this red one. This is mine. I'm going to keep it. I already gave out a few of mine because I actually minted a few of them myself live. But I'm going to give back to the community, right? So just go ahead and send your Solana wallet down below on this stream, and then just tell me what number. Like, just say number 2, and then just put your wallet address, and I'll send it to you right now live if any of you want them. So I already gave out a few earlier today on my stream, and as I mentioned, this was just as a thank you from Dabmaster for the community, because he told us about it, and the community freaking literally bought them all out so when we were live. So will it grow its value? Yeah. So how does an NFT work? It's pretty much just like an art piece. It's like a digital art piece, and it goes up in value. I don't know how much the value of these are worth. As I mentioned, I'm not sure there's any value to it. I think there is some sort of value. If you check right here, it tells you 0.16 SOL, which I don't know how much that is, but that's the SOL price. That's how much they're worth. So they could go up over time. And there's over 80 unique holders. So that's pretty cool. They made 700 101. So these are all rare, I guess, if you want to call them. But yeah, it will grow its value, yeah. And especially with Solana's prices going up, as Solana prices go up, NFTs are worth. So it's kind of like a store of value, if you want to call it, right? So that's why NFTs are kind of cool. But no, I ran out of Solana, so I can't send you ETH. Why would you send me ETH? Are you just going to send me ETH just for free? Just because you want to send me ETH? Is that what you're asking? I'm kind of confused. You can send me some Solana. Oh, I could show. I don't have any. Literally on my Solana, trade for trade. Oh, okay. You're asking for a trade for trade. I don't have any Solana. On my Solana is an AMC right now, so I would have to sell my Solana. I'm trying to buy AMC. So this is what you could do, Key. I'll put you on game right now, right? I'll put you on game right now. So for anyone that wants to go ahead and trade tokens, like wants to do a trade for trade, like let's say ETH to Solana, check out change.now. This is what I use. I would send you some directly, Key, but I don't freaking have Sol. Like this is literally my wallet. As you could tell, like this is all I have that I was sent. And Dabmaster sent me this for gas fees for the community, for the NFT tokens. But all my money is in AMC right now. Like all my money is in AMC. So I have no Solana on hand. Like the only way I would get Solana is by selling in my AMC position, right? Which I'm not going to do. But head over to change.now. And you could go ahead and swap Ethereum for Solana, right? So now you go right here, you click on Ethereum. You click on Ethereum and you click down here to Solana, the one that you want to go ahead and get in return. Very easy to go ahead and use, right? You click the amount of ETH you want to do and you click on exchange right here. And then once you click on exchange, it tells you how much you're going to get, and then you put in the wallet address. So like, let's say for example, Recipient, it says Recipient wallet address, right? So like, let's say I want to go ahead and I want to deposit it into my wallet, right? So then you enter your wallet address, you click confirm. and then it's going to tell you, please send your funds if you would like to exchange it. And then what I would do is I would go ahead and go to my MetaMask, copy this address, and then send my Ethereum to this wallet. And then within like 15 minutes, you're going to go ahead and get Solana. Let me know if that made any sense, and if you need me to go ahead and redo that for all of you right now. But that is one of the best ways to go ahead and convert Ethereum into Solana, or Bitcoin into Solana, or Polygon into Solana. It's a really good way to swap the tokens without having to bridge and dude, it's a hassle bridging too, man. I've done that. It's such a freaking hassle to go ahead and go through that whole entire step. So change.now. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link right now, Key. Or Big. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Let me send you the link. It's a really good platform, chat. This is usually what I do when I'm swapping like Solana from Ethereum or Ethereum to Solana. And you could do this with multiple freaking tokens, right? So I'll go ahead and show you that one more time right now. No, you type this in your... No. You don't do this on your Phantom key. You do this on your browser. So you just go on your internet and you go ahead and type change now. Changenow.io. And then you go ahead and click whichever token you want to go ahead and convert. Like let's say if yours is Ethereum, you click on Ethereum, you send. It's you sending Ethereum and converting it into any token you want. You say you want Solana, you go ahead and click over to Solana right here. And you click exchange. You do the amount of ETH that you want it. Like let's say you want to turn 1 ETH into 23 Sol, right? You go ahead and click exchange. And then once you go ahead and do this, where it says recipient wallet, that means your Phantom wallet, where you're going to receive your Phantom wallet, right? Because you're turning your Ethereum into Solana. So now what you do is you get your Phantom wallet. You pull out your Phantom wallet. So we're going to go ahead and do this. You pull out your Phantom wallet. You click on deposit. You're depositing Solana, right? So now what you do is you click on recipient payout, which means this is your Solana wallet. All right, you go ahead and click on confirm. As you do confirm, it says please send your funds you would like to exchange, amount 1 ETH, right? So you copy this address. So now you go over to your MetaMask wallet. You go over to your MetaMask wallet. They say this is your MetaMask wallet, right? You go over to your MetaMask wallet, and now you click on send because you're exchanging Ethereum to Solana. You go on your MetaMask wallet, you click send, and you click the amount of Ethereum you're going to send. So you're going to send 1 ETH, right, for example. But you need to copy this address where it says to this address. So you got to send this money. You have to send the 1 ETH or whatever amount you're exchanging to that address they give you, right? So once you go ahead and do that, you go ahead and go in as if you're sending me money. You go ahead and click on send. You click the amount you're going to go ahead and send, and you click the address. So you go ahead and copy that address that you're sending to, that they provided to you, and then you click the amount and you click send. And then you just wait, and it's going to tell you right here in the bottom, it's going to say awaiting deposit, confirming, exchanging, and then sending to you. You should get it within like 15 minutes at the longest. Okay, thanks, because I tried swapping on another exchange and it tricked me and took $20 from me and it sent it to someone else's address. All bad, man. Awesome. Awesome possum. I'm glad you went ahead and you understood that. What do you think about SpongeBob V2? I've been hearing about SpongeBob. I don't know much about it, but I do remember you saying about it. So can you send the link to that? SpongeBob V2? And Meme Combat. Is Meme Combat out, by the way? Because I know that thing was on pre-sale. If you could provide the smart contract, that'd be great, Key. Come on, girl. You know you know what we do here. We always provide smart contracts. It's on Polygon now. Okay. Yeah, I do remember hearing Meme Combat. I think it's been out for a while, right? Random question, Tupac or Biggie? We'll go for Tupac. I like the random questions, man. That's what makes these chats normal, you know? It's not like always freaking crypto all the time. But yeah, we'll see where the market goes these next coming days, man. I'm feeling more bullish, but you know, maybe we're not bullish. If you guys want to go ahead and load up on some Solana with no KYC, I would highly recommend all of you to check out freaking BingX and MEXC. Both of these platforms are non KYC platforms, so they literally require none of your ID, none of that information that takes forever to verify. Plus, it literally takes less than 3 seconds to create an account. And if you are looking for a VPN, check out NordVPN with 69% off with 3 months extra, exclusively just for you, right? So definitely go ahead and keep that in mind. Meme combat isn't our what? Meme combat isn't out yet. Almost 10 million market cap. Yeah, I know they're raising like funds, right? If I could remember correctly, I know Meme combat was raising funds. Dude, Key's like super indigent hours. Like she's always online like within like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. It's like what, 3 a.m. right now in Atlanta? Key, I'm assuming. Or is it like 2 a.m. right now? I'm assuming it's a 3-hour difference from where I'm at. SpongeBob V2, I heard about this. Weren't you in another freaking SpongeBob token not that long ago, Key? I could have sworn you were in another SpongeBob token, like literally like months ago. You were talking to me about how bullish SpongeBob is, and I think it was the one on Solana, right? It's at 8.4 market cap pre-sale. Damn, that's insane. Can you pass the link on that on Combat? I really don't like pre-sales, to be honest. I just can't do pre-sales. So you could still buy freaking SpongeBob V2. So it hasn't launched yet then. Damn, dude, this is insane. So total staked and bridge. Oh, so you can get 288% rewards? That's insane. So is it out or is it not out? I'm confused. 37 million market cap? That's freaking insane, dude. Damn. This is crazy. It's 2:55 a.m. It's like 3 a.m. Like, what are you doing at 3 a.m., Key? Freaking degen hours, huh? They switched from ETH from SpongeBob V1. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Key enters these degen hours within this time. Are you just waking up or are you just barely about to go to sleep? You gain more? So you gain more from Polygon? That makes sense. So does that mean there's a higher supply? On pre-sale. Okay. So can you still buy on pre-sale? Like, is this still pre-sale or I'm confused? Like, is this still pre-sale? Sponge V1 is now discontinued. You can now buy and stake V2. Any V1 holders will be able to stake their tokens in the new contract soon. Read more. I have 200,000 SpongeBob V2. Is that a lot of money? So why is this thing going up already? I'm confused. If it's not launched yet, why are people able to buy it? Like, I'm seeing a lot of these buy and sells. What do you mean it's not launched yet? The contract is right here. I'm confused on that. You're saying the token's not launched yet? Yeah, it's like there's a chart that it's going up. You're barely up. Oh, so you wake up at like 3 a.m. Damn. Really hustling in the morning, huh? It's crazy. I wish I had a schedule like that. See, I do quite the opposite. I freaking go to sleep very, very freaking late. Interesting. Buy. So I'm gonna have to buy them on Polygon, right? Yeah, I definitely have to go ahead and check this out. I'm gonna save this. I have to make money on my AMC position so I could go ahead and take some profits to go ahead and diversify my portfolio. But till then, I'm pretty much stuck on my AMC play because I'm not selling at this bottom. You just can't be selling bottoms. You got to sell tops. I'm confused, Key. You confuse me a lot. Read the white paper. All right, I'll definitely read the white paper. I won't read the white paper right now. I'm not really in the mood of reading the white paper right now, so we'll do that later. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Go back to the website. This girl's really gonna freaking make me read a white paper, bro. Okay, let's go ahead and see 43% staking rewards, bridge sponge, 10% centralized, play to earn, game development and marketing. Where's the white paper at? We just talked about Ponky. I think Ponky's pretty good. I think this is going to be a time too long. She's a paid shill. Callie, good. How's it going? I wouldn't be surprised if Key is a paid shill. She always comes in with all these freaking tokens, bro. Like straight up. Like she always comes up with all these crazy tokens, like freaking Solana ship. Like what happened to Solana ship, Key? Tell us about Solana ship. Please read more. Oh my gosh. It's on top. All right. Introduction, history of Sponge, stake to bridge, marketing disclaimer, introduction, welcome V2, relaunch, evolution of the original Sponge token. Sponge V2 will merge with fun engagement to our dedicated Memecoin community with a unique staking model and a play to earn. The history of Sponge token was launched in the middle of the bear market in May 2023. It was during a period when sorry, let me read that again. It was during a period when a few popular meme coins had started pumping. Sponge's combination of meme coin, Winsme, huge marketing power, and robust tokenomics led to near 100 million market cap of Sponge and speculator gains from early gem hunters. V2 was launched to start a new bull market, so who knows if V2 can go. That's a damp out there. The goal is to absorb all the damp utility. Transition to V1 or V2, Sponge is making a comeback bigger and better absorbent than ever before. This would add utility. We are bridging V1 and V2 by launching a new ERC20 token via a stake to earn method. How to bridge tokens, current stakers, current holders, claiming Sponge V2 tokens, stake to bridge, staking Sponge V1 or V2, use Sponge play to earn. Interesting. It's on the top. F that. Now go back to the home page. Dude, what are you telling me to freaking read? You just told me to read the white paper and I read the white paper. Now you're telling me not to freaking read the white paper? What are you telling me to read? What is there to read? What are we reading, Key? Tell me. This? To the home page. I am on the home page. Bigger, better, absorbing all the damp. Buy and stake using the above button and claim. Claim before the claim date. Okay, so start earning rewards today. Spongers will gain tokens by staking Sponge before the claim date. I'm still freaking confused, man. So you buy with freaking Matic? Amount in Matic you pay, and amount you will receive. So you could buy with Matic or ETH. Okay, we bridge from V1 to V2. Stake your Sponge today to earn rewards as V2. V1 launch price, V2 current price. Okay. So it's 1-0 less. So price increase has already been a 30x. Nice. It's highlighted. Total staked and bridged 7 million. That's insane. Is this what you're talking about? Or are you talking about this where it says read more? Following a malicious attack on our liquidity pool, the Sponge team has decided to accelerate a new V2 on Polygon. This is the limit scope of the hack. Limited liquidity on Ethereum unlocks on the 6th of February as part of the original smart contract. We are on the 8th, so it just happened. The Polygon network enables a full market decentralized play to earn. Okay, I just read it more. You have to explain yourself, dude. Like you over here saying read the white paper. Like The white paper is right here in the bottom where it says white paper. You know, you could have just said, John, go to the top of the page where it says read more. It's highlighted. We would have saved like freaking 5 minutes of reading that white paper. But no, that was pretty good. It makes a lot more sense now. So they got hacked, and that's what they're going to be too. And they're up over 30x from their initial price. So yeah, pretty cool. Thank God, sheesh, finally. Shut up. Shut up, Key. Maybe if you would have explained yourself correctly, it would have made everything a lot more easier, right? But you literally just said click on white paper. Like, you didn't say, you know, go to the top, in the middle, you know, where it says, you know, read more, on the bottom under buy now. You could have said that, right? But you didn't explain yourself correctly. Anyways, hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see where the market goes on in the next couple hours. I'm about to be getting ready to go to sleep, man. I'm freaking exhausted, to be honest. I was supposed to make more content, and here I am. Okay, but no, I'm mad that I didn't get GameStop. Well, you should be mad, and maybe you should also be mad at the fact that you went MIA for a couple days. Because if you weren't MIA, you would have been able to buy a GameStop and AMC, because I was calling it. So you better load up on some AMC, Key. Kelly Gold just laughing, man. So you better, talking about AMC, man. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the community is doing in AMC. Let's go ahead and load up. I seen GameStop at 1 million. LOL. That's crazy. What is this? Wait, so the below is a private key to a wallet? Who can get it first? Oh, snap. Nice. What did I just see? So this is just a race to see who can get it first. Oh, snap, dude. This is a private key. I'm saving that. Let's see how much money we could come out of that. Just check the first 5 wallets. Nobody has pulled the AMC yet. You guys are an awesome community for leaving it for new holders. Whoever we attract on Twitter, keep it up. What? What's going on? New tickets I just sent Murray Mike are way better style. They include the public address so we can verify there is actual funds on there. What is going on, bro? Are they giving out like free money or something? Let's go ahead and see chart update. Great initial breakout on the purging liquidity around 1 million the other day. Volume seems to be consistent throughout the day with loads of birds around the 2 million area. Not the biggest fan of the patterns, but there is a massive hourly one cup in hand forming. Instinct says we get a pump from here. Most importantly, don't forget to be patient and to keep smashing those raids. Dude, what are those tickets? Just want to let you guys know I'm 500 sold in. Many know. One thing I want to say is I was a dev of a project in a very known for in 2021 that went to 100 million in about 45 days. We started with 100K market cap and was stuck in the millions for 2 weeks. Want to seriously know what sent us? The community rating hard. Not only that, but we had a crazy community doing other things, making memes, listing us on social places, making TikToks. Literally, the community took over us to 100 million market cap, because I'll tell you right now, we had no marketing money. I'm all in on AMC, so work for your bags and even do research to see how you could help more without having to ask the team. Let's send this. Damn, dude, that guy's a freaking legend. He's a mega Chad, bro. He's holding 500. How much is that, dude? Is he holding like a million? How much is that converted? Let's go ahead and see. I know he messaged me a few days ago, but I thought he was a bot, so I never replied to him. Okay, you have more of an opportunity to make money on AMC, girl, than you do on GME. I would say just buy both, to be honest, but you're gonna regret it when you don't listen to me. Let's go ahead and see 500. Oh, okay, so he holds $50,000. Damn, dude, that's freaking insane. Holds $50,000 of freaking AMC. Yeah, Key, but we all have those stories of would have, could have, should have, right? Maybe you should consider buying AMC and GME right now. And so should everybody right now watching the stream. Anyways, hope all of you have a wonderful, great rest of your day. I'll catch all of you on